Montana's news leader, this is the MTN Noon News.
Good afternoon. Welcome to your MTN Noon News for this Monday. It's good to be with you. I'm Don Hudson. Right now, as your noon news begins, President Trump is meeting with Ukrainian President Zelensky in the Oval Office. While U.S. leaders have met with him several times over the past few months, this gathering is the first time Zelensky has returned to the White House since meeting with Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance earlier in the year. Today's meeting comes just 4 days after President Trump's sit-down in Alaska with Russian President Putin, which ended with no announcement of any ceasefire. However, Trump says he's committed to achieving peace between the two countries, but he believes both Ukraine and Russia are going to need to make concessions, and that's the tough part. In a developing story, budget cuts on the federal level are set to make an impact here in Montana. One Montana nonprofit, the HRDC, offers a range of programs to combat poverty across the state, really. But the latest cuts could change the outlook of services, really, for thousands of people here in Montana. As MTN's Haven Van reports, despite the fears, the nonprofit is confident it will endure.
We have weathered a lot of changes at the federal level. We're 50 years old. We've survived a lot of different administrations and different priorities at the federal level.
CEO Heather Grenier has been with the HRDC for nearly half of that time. She explains that in nearly 25 years with the nonprofit, they've worked to reduce its reliance on federal funding, which once sat at nearly 70%.
And so now that is closer to about 41% of our operating budget.
Grenier explains that federal funding is highly regulated and dispersed only after specific services have been completed. Services that over 13,000 people across Southwest Montana rely on every year.
And so it impacts a multitude of our programs and really is interwoven into every program in some very small and some very significant ways.
HRDC stands for Human Resource Development Council. Their mission to prevent poverty and empower communities through education, healthcare, and more. 19 of these programs stand to be impacted by federal cuts, with vulnerable dependents including seniors and foster youth. And Grenier says with federal changes to SNAP and Medicare, an indirect impact could result in greater need for their programs.
There are some other federal funding programs that are projected to be reduced or eliminated that would have some additional compounding effects on the need for our services.
Grenier says staff have been scenario planning for any level of budget cut, and she says they remain optimistic.
Our magic really happens at the local level. We're locally driven. We have a lot of local partners, and it's that local work and those local partnerships that really make things happen and endure whatever other external factors might survive.
Check out our website for more details on how to stay updated with HRDC.
We're really trying to focus on those, building and strengthening the partnerships that we do have so that we can build that resilience as well.
In Bozeman, Haven Van, MTN News.
Well, I do hope everybody's having a great Monday so far as we kick off the week. The big story is next couple of days, not today, but as we get into Tuesday, Wednesday, some very hot days. We're going to talk about that coming up. First off, I want to talk a little bit about the smoke out there. This is a great shot of our state capital, Helena. You see a little bit of haze in the background. Now, most of the state, hopefully this stuff will stay aloft, but you can see around Sheridan, maybe in the southeast corner of the state this afternoon, this evening, maybe even into Missoula later on this evening, where we do have a chance of some of this wildfire smoke coming in. Should be okay for the general population. If you have a sensitivity to smoke, you just want to check out the air quality before you step outside. Temperatures from west to east in the 70s and 80s right now, but we got some 90s and maybe triple digits. Details coming up.
Now time for today's leading look as we follow some of the other stories making headlines. We have an update on the McAllister fire south of Norris. That lightning-caused fire has already burned 3,500 acres. 0% containment, by the way. An evacuation warning is in place between Bradley Creek, Shining Mountains West, and Highway 287 between mile markers 61 and 64. Cooler, wetter weather is helping crews build fire lines and drop water on hot spots. Highway 287, by the way, has reopened, but residents should stay ready to evacuate. Meanwhile, Montana's largest wildfire burning in Bighorn County. Crews say it's no longer spreading as fast as it was a few days ago. The Mission Butte fire started last Tuesday about 5 miles east of St. Xavier, has burned more than 6,000 acres. It remains 0% contained. Meanwhile, several other fires are keeping crews busy, including 5 in Madison County. And in Flathead, there are multiple wildfires burning along the Highway 200 corridor west of Dixon, at least as of last night. The Knowles fire estimated at 250 acres. As of last night, burning in the Knowles Creek area there. There are also 3 fires burning west of Dixon on the Flathead Reservation there. The biggest one, I should say, is at mile marker 91. It's already burned more than 100 acres with flames climbing towards the mountains. Crews were also tackling 2 other fires, the Magpie and the Little Seepay. As of last night, the fires had burned a handful of acres. Both were burning in grass, and crews are there on the scene monitoring. All those fires, by the way, are under investigation for how they started. The Madison County Sheriff's Office said it received information regarding possible human remains on private property near Norris. On Wednesday, August 13th, the sheriff's deputy responded to the Revenue Flats area located west of Norris. After securing the scene, the medical examiner's office and additional law enforcement confirmed the presence of human remains along with other items on that premises. If you happen to have any information regarding missing persons, please contact the Madison County Sheriff's Office. That number, by the way, 406-842-5369. This is an ongoing investigation, and additional information will be provided as it becomes available. Holding Hope Search and Rescue is taking their team to really new heights with 3 horses now trained in air scent detection. MTN's Brianna Juneau got a first-hand look at what this means for equine search efforts in the Treasure State.
On the windswept plains of Blackfeet country, a team of native riders and their horses are rewriting the rules of search and rescue. They are the Holding Hope SAR Equine team, the first native-led equine scent detection team in Montana.
To me, being on the reservation and having the missing people go often, I think this would be just a huge gateway.
The Blackfeet riders worked alongside the Gallatin County Sheriff's Mounted Patrol to get their horses certified and trained in equine scent detection.
The subject was out in the field, laying down in tall grass, couldn't see him from afar, and all of a sudden the horse just picked his scent and beeline straight to him.
For Thomas Corona and his horse Jose caught scent of a child from 75 yards away, leading the duo to successfully complete the final challenge in 1 minute and 25 seconds.
And it was really cool experience. Like, that sold me right then and there. Was like, wow, this is actually unique, pretty cool.
Just like search and rescue dogs, the horses have a unique sign to let their riders know when they've detected a scent.
They puffed their backs up, their ears went straight forward, and they were on a mission. They got it done, and it was really fast on how they picked up. I was amazed by it. I don't even think I picked up as fast as the horses did.
For Kelsey Madplume, this wasn't just about learning to search. It was about connection between rider and horse and a shared purpose to bring the missing home.
There were certain horses back in the day where they were trained to go into war and take out the wounded. And so that's how we see it, bringing our ties to our ancestors back and taking our sisters, our brothers home who have been lost.
Holding Hope's mission began with the heartbreaking search for Arden Pepion, a Blackfeet toddler who went missing in 2021 and has yet to be found.
Oh gosh, is it 4, almost 5 years we've been searching for Arden?
Diana Bird is one of many still searching for not only Arden, but other missing and murdered Indigenous people on the Blackfeet Reservation.
Her mother and her father are bent on Arden Pepion, wanted her life to mean something, and this is the way we pay it forward.
This milestone sets a powerful precedent for Native-led initiatives in public safety and rescue operations.
It's really lifted us to where it's not only just for the Blackfeet community, but it's all Indigenous communities, no matter where you're at.
They just give us so much advantages, and yeah. They're game changers for sure.
In Browning, Pita Sapuaki, Brianna Juneau, MTN News.